What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Nasher. Welcome back to the channel. Okay, so I just tried to film this video just moments ago, but apparently something came up. It wasn't anything too crazy, but as you guys can tell by the book, yes, we have the we have my predictions for the horror show at Extreme Rules. But before we get to that, there's been an update on the status of next year's WrestleMania, and I want to give a shout out to Wrestle Talk for this article. So apparently, so according to Wrestle Talk's sources, if you will, apparently WWE is still planning on to host the event in LA. And it looks like there hasn't been any other matches announced for the horse show at Extreme Rules. But honestly, though, this doesn't really surprise me. Yeah. So honestly, though, if WWE does host the show, host WrestleMania weekend in LA, apparently WWE is basically, I guess, sort of like demanding, if you will, a decision from the state of California by mid-December. So right around the end of this year, on whether or not we can on whether we can have the show and have large gatherings. Most likely we might, but then again we might not. But anyway, guys. Let's get into the into the prediction video. Again, there hasn't been any other matches announced for the card. I've heard rumors that both the Raw and SmackDown tag team titles are going to be defended this Sunday at the horse show at Extreme Rules. I think the Raw tag titles is supposed to be defended by the Street Profits against both the Viking Raiders and Andrade and Angel Garza. And then, of course, the New Day defending their titles against Cesaro and Shinsuke Nakamura. That match did take place last week, but the match ended in a DQ because Cesaro and Shinsuke Nakamura felt like that they were being being underutilized, so to speak, and I mean, we could see that match take place on Sunday, but you never know. You never know. Alright, you guys, with that being said, here is the card. So first up, we have Apollo Crews defending his United States Championship against MVP. Now, the last title defense he had went up against one of his good friends, Kevin Owens, and that match went so perfect. That was like one of the best matches that Apollo Crews has had in a while. Now he's going to be going up against MVP. And if you guys saw, let me pull it up on my Instagram. So if you guys don't remember from I think from a couple weeks ago on Raw, MVP had unveiled a brand new championship, a brand new version, if you will, of the United States Championship. If I can find it. Here it is. Is this it? Hang on a second, guys. Yeah. So this is what the new championship looks like if you guys didn't see it on Raw. That's basically the new United States Championship, and apparently MVP wants it. He wants it so he can so he can basically just have I guess basically have the same U.S. title run as he did back in 2007. Because if you guys remember, he had won the United States Championship back in 2007 and held on to the title for more than 360 days, which is absolutely incredible. Honestly, though, this is going to be a rather interesting matchup because if you guys recall, MVP has Bobby Lashley in his corner, and as far as and as far as um, as far as as far as Apollo Crews goes, I think the only two superstars that he has in his corner are Cedric Alexander and Ricochet, but they might not get involved. But we all know Bobby Lashley will get involved in the match at some point down the road. But you know what though, Apollo's run is still very young, so I think honestly, Apollo Crews could very well pull it off and actually retain the United States Championship in my opinion. Alright, you guys. I don't even know why I'm calling this one. You guys notice I put my fingers I put my two fingers right where my eye is. That's because you guys know the match that's up next. Rey Mysterio versus Seth Rollins, eye for an eye. I mentioned it in one of my videos like last week or something like that the only way to win is to rip your opponent's eye out. Yeah. I'm not even gonna say anything except Rey Mysterio wins it. I think Rey Mysterio can pull it off because right now Seth Rollins has Murphy and only Murphy. Austin Theory has been out, from what I understand. Apparently, Austin Theory has been out with a minor injury. And as for AOP, if you guys remember, AOP is still aligned with Seth Rollins. And from what I understand, let me look up. I want to see about something really quick. Because I remember, because I think AOP. Let's take a look. Here we are. So, if I remember right, let's see. Hang on a second, guys. Hang on a second. Okay, so apparently, back in March, it was reported, and this is off of Wikipedia because this is the only way I can find out about them, about what's been going on with them. And from what I understand, Rezar was taken out, was reportedly had reportedly suffered a bicep injury, putting the team on hiatus. And from what I understand, they're still out of action. And I think, let's see about something. So Akam. Okay, so from what I understand, okay, so Akam is actually, I believe he is from. according to Wikipedia, he was apparently he's billed from from Punjab, India. So I don't know. So I think he's back in his back in his homeland. I don't really know, but Razar, I think they both reside in Orlando from what I understand. But yeah. So they both reside in Orlando from what I understand. I don't really know. But yeah, so apparently, yeah, so they are both. So I think Razar Akam, one of them is out with an injury, and they're both out. They're both out. So as of now, Seth Rollins only has Murphy in his corner. Rey Mysterio has Aleister Black and his son Dominic. And even also Kevin Owens. And even Kevin Owens as well. And he also has Humberto Carrillo in his corner as well. But of course, Carrillo was taken out by Seth Rollins. So this is going to be a rather interesting matchup. Very horrifying, no pun intended. So I got to go with Seth Rollins on this one. Alright, you guys. Now we have Braun Strowman versus Bray Wyatt. I do have on my book in my book here that it is for the Universal Championship. However, I don't really think the title will be on the line as for now. But it's gonna be in a Wyatt swamp. It's gonna be contested in a Wyatt It's gonna be a Wyatt swamp fight match. Basically, Braun Strowman and Bray Wyatt are going back to the swamp. I don't know anything about this. All I can tell you is that this is probably going to be the most gruesome match ever because, well, it's a swamp, and apparently Braun Strowman wants to put Bray Wyatt where the crocodiles are. So, as to who I think is going to win it, honestly, given the fact that Bray Wyatt knows more about the swamp than Braun Strowman does, because Braun Strowman was called up to the main roster by Bray Wyatt back in the summer of 2015. So given that fact, I gotta go. I think Bray Wyatt could very well have the advantage here, but in terms of, in terms of fighting in the streets and whatnot, I think Strowman might have a chance. But this is a match I can't call. I can't call this one honestly. Next up, we have the Raw Women's Championship, or actually, sorry, the SmackDown Women's Championship. Sorry. Between the champion Bayley and the challenger Nikki Cross. Cross had won a fatal 4-way match, which was between her tag team partner Alexa Bliss, Lacey Evans, and Dana Brooke. It was a crazy match. Nikki Cross picking up a victory, I think, over Lacey Evans, and Nikki Cross wants the title. She wants to she wants to take the title off of Bayley. But her and Bliss both want to take the tag titles off of Banks and Bayley as well. So we could see Nikki Cross win the SmackDown Women's title from Bayley, and then at a future date they could win the tag titles from them as well. So it is a possibility. But honestly, though, I think given the fact that Bayley has been more cunning, more smarter, if you will, in the ring than she was before, I think Bayley could very well take it. I think Bayley could retain. Which brings me, and speaking of Sasha Banks, we have the Raw Women's title on the line. Asuka versus Banks. I don't know why Banks thinks that she's ready for Asuka, because there's only been very few superstars who can say that they have beaten Asuka. Shayna Baszler is one. Charlotte Flair is the second. Not a lot of people, and even Becky Lynch. So I think like 4, maybe 5 women can say that they've beaten Asuka. That's not a whole lot. Literally, that's not a whole lot. I think Asuka is gonna win it. Honestly, that's just my honest opinion. I think Asuka could take it. Sasha Banks is way in over her head. This is a brand This is a new version of Asuka we have not seen before. Ever since Asuka won Money in the Bank, and ever since Becky Lynch handed Asuka the Raw Women's Championship because Becky Lynch was going back home to be a mother, Asuka's been really dominant. She's been so dominant as Raw Women's Champion. She was more dominant. I think in my opinion, she's more dominant as Raw Women's Champion now than she was as SmackDown Women's Champion when she was on SmackDown. That being said, again, I think Asuka could very well pull it off. But if Banks does win it, she will become a 5-time. Not only will she become a 5-time Raw Women's Champion, but she will also be, as she says, 2 belt Banks. Well, Bayley could potentially remain Bayley Dos Straps, which, from what I understand, you're not allowed to say that in WWE. But of course, Sasha and Bayley, screw the rules. Hang on a second, guys. I am on Instagram. Okay, never mind. Alright, you guys. Now it is time for the WWE Championship. Drew McIntyre versus Dolph Ziggler. Apparently Dolph Ziggler still has yet to come up with a stipulation. I don't even know what it is. I've heard rumors that it's supposed to be a ladder match, but I'm not entirely sure. I don't know what's going to go on. I don't even know, but I'm just going to go and say it. Drew McIntyre. I think, because the last time Dolph Ziggler challenged for the WWE title, it was actually last year when Kofi Kingston was champion, and he was a dominant champion. He held on to that title for 6 months, and he did amazing as champion. Drew McIntyre, he's been champion since WrestleMania. I think he has now reached his first 100 days as champion, as has Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman is the exact same way. Is in that same boat. I've heard rumors that at SummerSlam, I think I have mentioned it in one of my videos from like this past week or something like that. But apparently the plan is to have Randy Orton win the title from McIntyre, and then at next year's WrestleMania here in LA, McIntyre gets his big moment. So that is a possibility, but they may go a different path. Honestly, though, Dolph Ziggler is way in over his head. I mean, yes, he is a former world champion. I get that. He's a 6-time Intercontinental champion. He's a multi-time United States champion, multi-time tag team champion, Money in the Bank. I get that. But McIntyre is in a league on its is way up there. So I think McIntyre could potentially retain the WWE Championship. But guys, that is going to do it for this video. Question of the day, who do you guys think is going to win these matches? Just out of these 6 matches alone. Who do you think is going to win? Let me know in the comments below. And that is going to do it for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, smash the thumbs up button. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you guys don't miss out on any new content that comes your way. Because with this channel, there's always something new to talk about. Whether it's WWE, YuGiOh, there's always something new to talk about. Also, you guys, make sure you guys follow me on Twitter and Instagram. My links will be down in the description below. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out.